Lizard.
Ctl, who is here first?
Lizard.
The Leon created just claimed second.
What? Son of a biscuit, that's still busted. I need to get a toy. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hey. Hey. Excuse me. Oh. Okay. Critical Brush, welcome in. Fox Behind the Tree, welcome in. KT, Kristen, Grey Wolf, hello. Hooty Alla Rudy, how goes?
Catra. Critical Paint Studios just showed up with 3 viewers. Hope they have treats.
Welcome in, Critical. Thank you for that raid. What were you up to? Okay. So, part of the reason why I was delayed is capitalism kicked off. And Chimera was running a sale on these two. Ah, Thor from Mars. Awesome. I need to get rid of that stupid mute button. It's not muted. Leave it alone. Go away. So I picked up these two because why not? And of course, at some point, apparently I missed that there was a standing Galen by himself. So I had to pick it up because I've painted the chibi version and the mounted version of Galen. So now obviously I got to paint the standard version. And then while I was there, I picked up Asteria, the full-size version as well. I've painted the chibi version of her. And of course, since I've painted the chibi version and I'm going to paint the standing version, I need the mounted version as well. Because he was entered in ReaperCon. He was one of my ReaperCon entries. And I was reading the Eric Swinson painting book, The Art of, and he painted the box art for him, and that's his as well. And he was talking about the Analogous paint style that he used with the blue and the gold and the yellow and that kind of stuff, which I thought was interesting. So they will find their proper selves on the bookshelf at a later time. We have minis to paint now. Oh my god! We're having a moment today. Wow, my day has been really bad. If I'm this discombobulated. There we go. Nice. So yeah, how was everybody's day? My day was, kind of shit. So And then, as I'm bringing that box upstairs, I have two cat treats ready to go sitting on top of the box. And I wanted one to, like, they're like the Kong toys that you kind of like fill the treats in and the cats can like have self fulfillment and play with them. Somehow I managed to drop it. And it's the plastic rubber one and it bounces and it goes to the other side of my UPS. And I'm like, are you freaking serious? All I need for her is try to like wedge herself in between to try to get the treats out of there. Are you serious? Are you serial right now? Good evening, Mama Lion. How are you? It's been we've had a moment. We've had our moment. So let's enhance and start looking at this. And then I spent a crap ton of money. Oh God. I'm surprised Mungo doesn't come into stream one day and go, dude, seriously, what the F, man? Just tired. Hi, Just Tired. I'm Painty Paint Paints, and we're here to paint some miniatures and goof off. I hope that you feel better. They were off the chain. Snap. With business about to get crunk up in there. Oops, shoot. Stop stabbing the side of the thing, please. Bone shooter. If it isn't the Riz Master Hooter Patooter 6'7" right there, man. We are not worthy. Don't worry, my cat found it and is licking it up right now. I hope there's nothing weird in there. Okay, thanks. I'd like to not poison my kitty. Now, if you were poisoning Hootie, I'd be like, oh, don't know if there's anything we can really do about that guy right now, so. What's up, sweetie? Thank you for letting me know that he came by. You were a very good guard kitty. Very good guard kitty. Best guard kitty, NA. Hoots is good. It's tartan. It's tartan. Do like a good tartan. Now, are you purist of tartan? Or is it any kilt is a good kilt? Like, are the Utila kilts okay, or are they just abominations beyond all reality? Careful, Hootie, or it's going to start being bedtime for you too soon. You already have a bedtime at 11 p.m. Oh man, you fancy. You stay up late. Is Hootie New Jersey? That explains. I mean, that kind of explains a lot. I mean, Florida is kind of the southern New Jersey. Mm-hmm. I used to be young like that one day. And then my knee cracked, and I was like, oh, I guess it's over for me now. Yeah, back hurting for no reason. Start getting excited about Metamucil. You see some commercials, and you're just like, I wonder if that'll work to keep the squirrels off my dang bird feeder. Jeff Foxworthy joke from back in the day. He's like, I think I realized I was getting older. New pupper. What kind of new pupper? How do to you too, Judge Dave. May your Monday be well and fair. Like a turtle or a rock. It's cool. We had kids playing ball in our yard, and the ball hit our house. It did not end well for them. I can't imagine why not. I can't imagine why it did not end well. Did Lion Creative go be like, do you guys need tips? Supposedly Bone Shooter's old, so he can give you the proper tips on get off my lawn, kids. Assuming there are tips. I mean, there's like a certain level of etiquette it goes when you're yelling, get off my lawn. I think one of the etiquettes is a minimum requirement of a bathrobe, potentially sandals or socks. Not quite sure which one's preferred. I think sandals are more mainstream and a little hipster, personally. Um, it's all about the range, distance, paintballs, close range. Yeah, but then you have to go chase the flip flop down. I mean, why not just emotionally scar them and be like, here I am, the old man in my bathrobe, coming out yelling at you with hair disheveled. Well, that's why you got the dog flip flop retriever See, Hootie? See, that's why you get the puppy. The puppy will gladly go fetch the flip-flop. So there was a day, there weren't kids in the yard. It was the lawnmower was having issues starting for some reason. So my brother went and got Dad and instantly became mortified because my dad walked out there barefoot in nothing but a bathrobe and a white t-shirt. He might have had underwear on. We're not quite sure. And gets down and does the full squat, like all of that, man. And my brother's just like mortified. I was not home for that. It's the Mankini and Gillian bucket. I hope you're taking notes. Hope you're taking notes because we got the bad ideas here. We'll turn it into a brush for hire quote of the day, answer of the day. Best way to emotionally scar kids that are getting in the yard too frequently. That's I mean that's some emotional damage. That's definitely emotional damage. Hi, sweetie. How are you? You want to say hello to Mama Lion and Bone Shooter? Huh? Are you happy that you got to play with the treat toys and dig and find treats? Hmm? 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 You want to say hello? Can we get a little meow meow? Can I get a little meow meow? Yes. Hello. Yes. Yes. Hello. Um. Hi, sweetie. Here, let me move my Fitbit out of the way. Okay, there you go. There you go. Yeah. Yep. Get on the notebook. Exactly where you should be. Did you ever see the Adam Sandler movie where he had the I got you. Hold on. The kitty is in fact a tortie bone. She is very much a tortie. She does not have the full tortie coloring, like the full like gray orange swirl. Sometimes that are found with them, she's mostly black. She has the she has the spicitude of the tortie, though. Mama Lion can confirm she has seen full view
_Necker coming in with the awesome people.
Welcome in, familiar Nico. How are you? What were you up to tonight? She has decided she wants to hang out over there in the window. Painting a commission. Ooh, you fancy. Commission D&D character. Ooh, sounds like fun. If you have any Instagram photos or you have any work in progress pics you'd want to share, let me know and I'll toss you a permit. Instagram is free to link, but other ones I've just been a little cautious as of yet. We'll toss you a permit. Good evening, Antifreeze. How was Opeth? Yeah. Ooh. I still need to find that data service I told you about and get your thoughts on it. It's not a critical step right now, so I've not cared to look again. But when I find it, I will drop it to you. It's semi. It's weird. Thank you. Yeah. I know a lot of people are pondering what to do with that. I do not blame you. The shenanigans that are happening with it is shenanigans. And I'm just waiting to see what everybody else ends up doing. I know Crucial Blue is very unhappy with Discord, and it is. And I kind of agree with this point on it, but at the same time, it's like, what do we do? What do we do in the meantime? Ooh, interesting. We'll see what it's like. Also, I have Canadian gossip for when King and Rosie show up. Or Dobbs. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Kind of understand, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, I don't like it. Ooh. Plantar link. Oh. I have no idea what that's about. I just. Am I going to have to research what this is all about later? Probably. Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to put a disclaimer and figure out what we're going to do with my Discord. Oh, God. TeamSpeak. Jesus Christ, Bone Shooter. Why don't we just go ahead and get a Ventrilo server going again? Or hit up the Roger Wilco. Oh, man. Come on. Let's get the ICQ. What's your ICQ number? What's that ICQ number? Telegram is actually, well, I assume it is considering the number of things I know happen on Telegram. Mm-hmm. See, I was looking up soundboard things to redeem the first and second messages on, and now I'm considering getting the old AOL door knock sounds for it as well. You got mail. PBS on a coffee pot. Yeah, IRC. I mean, IRC was the original Discord before it became stupid. It's just Discord learned how to make more of it. And I mean, it's not a bad idea. It's just terrible. Because, I mean, once the internet relay chat fires back up, it's over, brother. But then again, given that the most common client was Merc, it might have Copilot embedded in it now, and that's even worse. It appears you're trying to join a Darkness channel. Are you over the age of 18? Please upload your ID to prove that. Would you like to change your name to XXX Sephiroth X Sephiroth Super Cool X Sephiroth XXX? You gotta go into. Yay! You actually got an Instagram! Yay! Way to go, Nico! Instagram is cool to link. I whitelisted that one. What is that? Is it going to be a trow? Also, if you're not, get familiar Nico Painting. I follow on Instagram if you can. Um, does that mean you're going to be switching over to Linux? Oh, you were there first. Oh, son of a biscuit antifreeze. You're quick with your fingers. So quick. Lightning dance finger over here. Uh, which one are you going to switch to? I have Ubuntu up and running on one machine. It's okay. I've been using it. I tried to play like a video game on it, and I don't know if it was things are just too old and it couldn't support the video card, but some things would work and some things wouldn't. I know that it played Borderlands 3 at one point, but when I switched it to the Linux box, it could not process playing Borderlands 3. So it got stuck in like a encoder issue, something or another. Most of it does, not all of it, though. Most does. I was looking at that because I was considering uh, before I built this tower, actually stress testing and using the Linux platform instead of paying for Windows. The problem is that I did not like how some of the cloud-based tech worked for Linux. I need a different service for it. Yeah, anti-kernel cheat does not work. Yeah, that does not, but the other stuff does. I just was having issues getting it to load like actual video stuff, and I was like, okay, maybe this isn't the wisest of choices, but it is a stable platform, and I have
Catra. Core Gaming just showed up with 13 viewers.
NPC Wargaming coming in with the raid. Thank you. Hello. How are you? What were you up to? No bone. I need to get on there. I just haven't. Your orc gargantuans look off today. Ooh. I mean, the PTO has to be amazing. Your orc gargantuan. Um, I'm never one to repaint things without painting something else, Nico. Because it may work or it may not. It's one of the rare and few things that someone had said, pointed out to me when I was taking a class at ReaperCon, is that sometimes you need to, when you start sketching in your values, make sure you paint something else on the figure so you can get an idea of how it's going to look. Thank you for the stretch, Jay. That would be my personal advice. Because I always like seeing where something goes. She's kind of a good example of it right now as she stands. Zoom in. Froggenstein! Hello, friendo. How are you, super best bud? I need to get the white in her eyes a little bit higher. But I also want to clean up this teal on the dress more. Smooth it out a smidgen more. How fares your Monday, Frag? Why are you getting so... I'm going to swap this around. 1 second, please. Mm-hmm. There we go. Now she won't be spinning around as much. Huzzah! I've accomplished the task I set out to do. Ta-da. The task has been completed. The quest remains. What is that? What is the task? The task walking the pupper? Now the quest is to find the sleep. Ah, I don't know if that task is fully complete. I've just made it stiffer. That I know I have. Things tend not to spin when you have a good solid stiff rod in them. Unless you're in Tijuana. I mean, or Vegas. You never know. Reno. I mean, you're not wrong. Good evening, Jace. How are you? Night shift grind. I understand that night shift grind, sir. I've been on it before. There are times I miss it. There are times I honestly miss that night shift grind. Sorry. Adventure Built Gaming, how are you? And I hope you are doing well as well. Uh, Also, where did KT Lou go? See, night shift is kind of fun because it's quiet and everybody leaves you alone for the most part. And if it doesn't work, you just blame it on day shift. We're doing all right. We're working on Our Lady of the Lake, trying to see if we can wrap her up. Playing around with a few fiddly non-metallic bits or non-like metallic bits that I want to go with. So Excalibur being stuck in the water will have a lot of blue in them. Whereas the gold is just kind of there for contrast. Your youngest grot. Oh no. Play Football Manager. Oh, that's ever so lovely. Those quiet little moments you get while they're sleeping. Grot is in child or grot is in four-legged animal? The answer can be yes. I will accept that. Ah, three of them. Adventurous. We were talking earlier in stream about the best way to get kids to stay off your lawn and traumatizing impacts to them. Added bear traps. Drug poop trebuchet. Sorry, hold on. Hold on. I still laugh at that. Because do you get like a half-size trebuchet? And then do you confuse people by randomly calling it catapult? Or do you just, like educate them and threaten to scream at them the education of what a trebuchet actually is? Have safe, familiar Nico. Thank you for the raid. Have a great night. Be safe. Enjoy your D&D. May you have the best rolls ever and none of the bad ones. If you get really bad ones, send all complaints to wicked_minis. He is to be blamed for all bad dice rolls. Worst dice roller in all of North America. It was one of the episodes of Rick and Morty when I was watching it. I haven't watched it in forever. They were going somewhere, and Morty called it a catapult, and somebody goes, clearly it's a trebuchet. And they're like, wow, get a load of this nerd. Painty, you have successfully illustrated one card. One. Yes. It is the Lady of the Lake from the Big Child Creatives Echoes of Camelot set. They went much paler with the skin tone. I am not digging unnatural skin right now, so when I consider painting the Morgan Le Fay, I'll consider it. Because I could have gone a little bit greener, her skin tone, I think. I've done something along those lines, but not feeling that idea. Not feeling that idea one bit. It's not because you didn't print it correctly. It's because you are proud of it. Now here's the question, Lion. Can I get it rated by the PSA and put it in an online card shop? I'm proud of you that you did that. Um, um, it's going to sit on my display shelf. If I wanted to use it in D&D, I could. She could be an oracle or a seer. Depending on where you land with the Arthurian legends, ladies, there are several different Lady of the Lakes. Excuse me, hold on. Hold on. Let me take a sip of water. I'm going to need a sip of water for this one. It's a picture of a spoon that you made, Lion. It's different. It's not the same. It's a lion spoon. Um, so one of the things when I was working out actively, I started listening to Myths and Legends by Jason. I forget his last name. I want to say Weeby, but it's not Jason Weeby. It's a really interesting podcast because what he did is he kind of did modern retellings of stories. Mm-hmm. So he kind of went and found and did like all the research, like for like the, and also not Jace. You're correct. We were I would listen to the podcast while I was working out because it was about a 30 to 40-minute podcast. I was like, oh, this is really great. For working out. He did he was doing Arthurian legends, and one of the ones that he did was the French Vulgate. He used is it the French Vulgate version that everyone seems to kind of go back to for lore conversations, I guess you would say, about Arthurian legend. In that version, there's multiple Ladies of the Lakes, if I'm not mistaken. There's not just one Lady of the Lake. So, how do you feel about spoilers for The Witcher? Other question. So, depending on how you view the Lady of the Lake, it's in the Discord. Okay, let's take a look at it when the breaks hit. Ciri from The Witcher is technically a Lady of the Lake. She eventually goes on to be one of the Lady of the Lakes that controls time and space. So that's kind of why she leaps forward through time sometimes, is that's kind of like her special power. And that's kind of where she gets to land. I can't remember if it's Lancelot that liked to go beheading Ladies of the Lakes because he was like pissed at them all the time, or if it was one of the other ones. I can't, because I thought it was his brother, Sir Gawain, but it was not Gawain. And I believe it was Lancelot that liked to just randomly like behead them. So the Lady of the Lake could be a force of question or a force of knowledge to kind of bring forward if I wanted to bring her into a D&D game. So it really depends. Um, That, my sir, is a spoon. It is a spoon that would make Spoon Handle himself weep tears of manly joy. Everybody put your pants on. Mama Lion's in the Discord now. Sir Ball. Ah. Okay. That kind of tracks a little bit. Because it was kind of one of the lesser known knights. He killed a few of them and just kind of paraded around with the head on his, kind of kept like a head chain going with him. If I remember correctly. Because it was another one where a lady of the lake like went and saw out Arthur and said, "Hey, dude, it's been a while since I've listened to the Arthurian legends." I remember watching A24's The Green Knight. That was an intense movie, but holy cow. I'm like, I don't remember that. It was kind of an interesting thought. Because I don't remember it being done the way that it was done in the movies. Like, I have a different recollection of it, and I could be Mandeling myself. But yeah, so I have an active I don't think the $1,000 phone bill you get after that will be appreciative, but I would not recommend that. I mean, I switched over to Android and I'm like, oh, okay. But this series, CIRI, because I remember getting to the end of the Witcher books and going, I wonder if one of the knights is going to behead her. Because I think it's kind of implied that the Witcher actually ends up becoming the leader of the Wild Hunt, but it's never really explicitly said. And that is, for whatever reason, one of the most memorable quotes that I have from that book. It went something along the lines. Yennefer and Geralt and Ciri raced across the plains towards their destination as if they were driven by a wild hunt. Because I don't think Trist was with them at this time. I know that at one point, Yennefer and Ciri and Trist had to separate, and it was just Geralt and Dandelion that were riding together as they moved towards the town that eventually ended up taking his life. Or not taking his life, but taking him from existence, I guess you would say. Or taking him out of time. I don't know how you would phrase that exactly. I don't know the correct phrasing for time jumping. But see, but to the question you were asking, I participate in D&D games. I used to paint for my table, but I haven't had an active table in a long time. So I really just paint for myself as a soothing event, an effect of something to do. I primarily stream as a hobby accountability task adventure. So I just like to hang out, paint some minis, pass on along good vibes, see what happens, and hopefully inspire somebody to pick up a paintbrush. I do try competition painting every so often. It is fun, depending on who you get to interact, depending on all the fun interactions you get to have. And don't forget to rate spoons. Exactly. So for the longest time, I had a joke with somebody, and I was like, I never understood why everybody says spoons. When you have the spoons for it, I'm like, why wouldn't you have spoons for the thing you need spoons for? They're like, well, it's a metaphor. A metaphor for what? Well, it's a metaphor for your emotional bandwidth. Then why don't you just say the emotional bandwidth? And then my partner at the time looks at me and goes, because you're an engineer and you don't understand emotional bandwidth to begin with. I'm like, fuck you. Not really, but you get the gist. So when I see spoons, the rating of spoons, it made me laugh about that and reminded me of that story. You ever feel like you're being a discount ghoul studio? Be safe, Jay. Thank you for hanging out. Much love. Also, if anybody ever needs something really stupid funny to watch on YouTube, Day 9 replayed Command and Conquer 2 Red Alert. Holy cow. I was unable to stop laughing at that game. It's the one before Space, Jace. It's the one before Space. So Space is from Yuri's Revenge, where it's one of the expansion missions. However, this was the base playthrough, and it was funny because he was like screaming at the units, and I'm like, this is like just quality content of the time. Because apparently, like, they coded the AI. I was waiting for it in the playthrough, Jace, just like you would have been. And then that's when I figured out it was from a different version. But it was hilarious because he's like playing the first couple of missions and he's like, can these guys not kill this? And Command and Conquer was one of the early games. I don't know if it was one of the first. That created a leveling system for the units. So you could have like a veteran unit just, randomly take out like a tank. So if you had like an army unit that was like a veteran 3 something or another, it could like roll a whole squad. And he's just like, what the frack? And it was just hilarious to watch him suffer. Bum, 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 bum. Bum. Ba-da. Yeah, I'm looking forward to him getting to that point where he talks about Tim Curry's like, and I'm going to go to the last place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Space! Which I feel like if you're going to escape to space, it's been ruined by capitalism. I might consider picking that up, knowing that it exists. When will I have time to play it? Never. Trying to finish Hollow Knight, but trying to stay active, lose weight, go to do what little gym things I can do. Dang it, that's what I should have ordered from Amazon when I was ordering stuff. I never actually played the original Command and Conquer. I was more of a StarCraft player back in the day. I just never saw the need of playing Command and Conquer. But watching Day9 play it, I laughed my butt off. I'm like, do I really want to go back and feel that kind of pain again? I don't know about that. My first proper Windows game was could have been the Chex Mix Doom game, but I did play Doom back in the day. Calablom, how are you? What is going on? Is there anything more that I want to do with her green teal? Oh, that side needs a little more help. Ski free. Pancakes, bacon, and eggies for dinner. Sorry, I have to do that or my brain goes, Sounds delicious. I had leftover picanha steak, a baked potato, and asparagus. I figured that's why you did. I figured. Oh, I got to log all that crap I ate today. Something biscuit. I didn't do that yet. Picanha, Hootie. If you ever been to a Brazilian steak, have you ever been to a Brazilian steakhouse? The steak that looks like that. So it's a thin piece of meat, and then the fat cap is right through here. Yes, I did smoke it. Took it up to 122 and then seared it off on the flat top. It's traditionally served at Brazilian steakhouses, and they walk through and give you a skewer. It's referred to as the queen of steaks, and the king of steaks being to a ribeye. So I mean, it's a really good cut of steak because it's usually a flat, lean piece, and then you have that fat cap on top, so you can always get a nice bit of fat to chew with everything. It's actually really good. I was craving steak for Valentine's Day, so I made myself two of those, and then had pork chops. I've never been to one, and I went to one with a previous partner, and I fell in love with that. I didn't fall in love with that cut of meat, but that cut of meat tends to be much more manageable when you're trying to be conscious about what you're eating and when you are trying to lose some weight. At least I find it more enjoyable than a frickin' flat flank steak. Enjoy. Be safe. Yeah. So we did it because we had a gift card. Um, we did it with a group of friends. It was good. It was good. It's definitely a better experience when you do it with friends. Like when you go do Korean barbecue, doing it with a group of people is always more enjoyable than doing it solo. Or for a date night. I don't. Two people seems like such a waste. Thank you, Adventure Built Gaming. You have a great stream as well, or you have a great dinner. It is always fun doing it with a bunch of people. I will not take that back. I think that it's one of the like doing like I one of my previous partners really liked Asian food, and that was their comfort jam. So we would frequently have Korean barbecue. Um, but the enjoyment of doing it as a group and a social event was always fun. I liked because we've done a couple of different places. We've done we've done propane ones, and we did uh charcoal. Wow, my words were failing me on that. It's easy to do, man. Because I think they changed how they charge the all they can eat buffet pieces. Because that's how a lot of them are. We're $30 a head for us around here, or 30 or $40 a head for all you can eat. I've actually never done the full hot pot. I've done plenty of ramen places, but I've never done a proper hot pot. Just because I'm usually single. Every time someone's like hot pot, I'm like, I haven't done that in forever, or haven't had a chance to do that. I've always had to do like ramen with somebody, but never hot pot. So one place that was always recommended did homemade ramen noodles, and then another place was a vegan restaurant, vegan ramen. So I don't know if homemade ramen noodles would be different for you. Huh. But I think they started changing them because they made spicy noodles. They were delicious. I haven't been there forever. And then the other ramen place near me that I could go to closed down. I haven't tried another one yet. Rice nudes. So do you do chapcha? Or can you do chapcha, Kelly? Okay. Because that was one of the places that we really liked going. Had served chapcha, um, which is really delicious. Chapche or because I thought chapche was sweet potato noodles, clear sweet potato noodles. I thought I may be wrong. All right. Okay. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I think we're going to leave the eyes white. Or the bluish white that we got going on here. Is it just how it's processed? Could be my only guess. Right. So this is one of the weird things that my nephew is actually allergic to egg, but not flour. Um, so he can't. So to me, it's weird because most pasta that I know being made, like wheat-based pasta, like you're talking about, is usually made with flour and egg, right? And we went to Olive Garden, and I didn't say anything to my brother at the time because I don't want to be like a dick. Um, but we got home, and I go, "How can my nephew eat there?" And that's when my mom pointed out to me is that a lot of pasta doesn't have a lot of commercial pasta today does not have egg in it. Okay. We're going to do a new thing really quick. It is bizarre to me, right? Because it's like I see all of these people make pasta, and the thing that they do is they get a mound of pasta, and then they make a little well, and they put egg in there. And that's the only moisture you essentially use for pasta is egg and flour. That's it. That's not what I need. So to me, that's like super weird. Um, well, she kind of can't go anywhere right now. All right. While I let this dry, let it dry. Don't do anything with it just yet. Letting the food dry, specifically. I need to figure out another Monday. Uh, you could be fun. You would be a repaint. I don't know if I want to do that right now. The tour tool would need a lot of brown that I don't feel like dealing with right now. The wizard, maybe? So this poor guy has been primed for God knows how long. She would be a repaint. I don't know how I feel about repainting right now. Or we could do a fox. Oh, I forgot to check out her stream. Whoops. I don't really feel like doing the Furbolgs. I mean, the Furbolgs could be fun just because they would be a group that could be painted that way. I don't know how I feel about them. Kind of leaning towards this guy. Yeah, it needs to be him. He's been on the prime shelf for way too long. Sorry, my dude. Okay. All right. So, that idea I was having. We will not be doing this on stream. So you would fill that with you put a little bit of hot glue down in between, and then you roll it around. And then you can pour your epoxy on top of that. Got it. She is painfully blue. As the Lady of the Lake. Feel like blue is a little bit of a required color for her. Hello, sweetie. How are you? Not painfully blue. No, I need to put that up. I do need to go to work tomorrow. Who puts an axe like that on their... Sally, how are you? We got Our Lady of the Lake kind of wrapped up. I need to do an epoxy pour it around this piece. Hi, sweetie. How are you? Yes. Yes. So we got some Lady of the Lake fanfic for you. The top of her dagger broke off, and I lost it. Got a sword coming out of the lake. She's pretty. She's pretty. I was always kicking myself. I was like, I wish I had bought the larger versions instead of the 32 version that I bought, but they were out of business and now they are back in business. I'm like, well, we're not spending that money again. Hi. Um, so I got Cat, the Witch's Apprentice from them really early on. And then I saw these guys on Reddit, and then they were having a sale, and I picked it up. And it was like at the time, I was like, oh, yeah, it'll be great, it'll be fine. And then I bought them, and I started painting like 75 millimeter, and I was like, man, I wish I had bought the larger ones. I really do wish I had. I just feel like there would be so much more interesting bits with them. Hello, my love. But like the when I get to Arthur, it'll be fine. It's just you know figuring out one step at a time. But this is just a guy from Reaper. I was looking for a card. Hi. Hey. I need to remember how to paint it up the same way. Nope, never mind. Not painting it up that way. I went on a side quest to find that card right there. Because I wanted the name and the sculpture. I actually kind of wish they would do this again. Because it's kind of cool to have something like that for a reference if you wanted one. do need to find a raid target. Because, just sadly becoming that time. Uh, he's up. Haven't rated him in a bit. We're going to rate our friend, Crucial Blue, because it takes the thought out of it. Be done with it. Call it a day. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. When she gets posted with her final photos, I need to see if I can clean up that white specks right there, because that's not supposed to be there. We'll do an epoxy pour on top of this and see what it looks like. So we'll see. Everybody be safe. Everybody have fun. You have a great time, and we will see you on Wednesday for Board Game Wednesday, which will return back to whatever the Mad Pumpkin we were working on. Be safe.